I like today. Today's gonna be a good day. Just got everything set up. I'm gonna be doing a podcast interview today on Speak With People. I like the tagline. It's like, don't speak at people, speak with them. It's about the power of story, which coincidentally is what my sermon's about on Sunday. Like the time of Isaiah, we're in a cultural moment of fear, confusion, and pain. I think it's because we've had a story that isn't making sense anymore. Right? We were shared a story of how the world's supposed to work, and the world is not working that way. We're freaking out and we're making up new stories. We're desperately grabbing to make sense of the pain and the chaos. What stories do is they have the power to frame our fears and bring clarity to our confusion. Quickly, take a look at the screen. Let's look at the next slide. What does that mean? Hurry. Does anybody know? Okay, here's what stories do. Next slide. Now these make sense. IBM, FBI, CIA, JFK, LDS, NSA. That isn't like a sequential story. It's not like some code. IBM took over the FBI, shot the CIA. Okay, we're getting CIA, JFK, there's something. Anyway, so, conspiracy theory. I did not plan that. It's not in the notes. But you see what stories do. What they're able to do is they take confusion and spread things out and go, here's what this all means. So that's neat. But first I have to take my dog to the vet. We've gone like 5 times now. She ripped open her paw while we were on vacation on the cruise. Oh yeah, by the way, I went on a cruise. And so hopefully today's the last day of giving them all my money. We actually figured out the amount of money we gave to help our dog. It was about like a 3-day pass to Disneyland for our whole family. I would have liked that more. Got rid of the boot. Feeling good, Nala? Yeah. I think the temptation in the digital world is to beg for attention. But what you need to do is hold their attention, and there's a difference. Begging for attention, you're willing to forego your principles, maybe, or you are always rushed. The best stories leave room to calibrate for silence. And so you do need to establish the hook fast, but you don't need to keep, there's a way to edit and to talk like you're begging them to keep staying. That's actually kind of what turns me off to some of like the Mr. Beastification videos that we see these days. Oh my gosh, just yelling, but wait till you see this and wait till you see that. And it's just like, yeah, that works great for a 12-year-old, but I am 31, like I don't need to be begged to keep this attention. So realizing who your audience is huge too in telling the story. Like when you realize, hey, a 12-year-old's not gonna watch this, so I don't need to be crazy. I don't need my thumbnail to look like Mr. Beast's. Like I have a different audience, and so I'm gonna talk to them knowing who my audience is. I think it's a huge temptation in digital storytelling. What are the people on top doing, and how can I do that? Well, that's, it's the same way as like a pastor who, is a pastor of a 100-person church. You're not gonna talk to your people like the pastor of the 10,000 person church. It's just a different dynamic. And so own that dynamic, own where you're at, own who your audience is and isn't, and quit begging for that attention, because it's not serving anybody in a real way. It actually makes me turn off. Okay, he's not letting this sit. He's not letting this simmer. He doesn't trust that I'm gonna make these conclusions. He is force feeding it down my throat, and I don't appreciate that, so I'm gonna move on. So I really enjoyed that podcast. Guys, go check it out. Just go to speakwithpeople.com. I love all things communication. I told my wife this the other day. If I had to say like one thing that I am, I think overall that encapsulates everything. I'm an editor. I like to gather some things, chop it up, create this thing, So I love communication. I just logged off though, was talking about that whole idea of holding attention but not begging attention. And my guy, Pastor Charlie Mitchell in Baltimore, just made a post. He said, attract but don't chase. He said it's time to start respecting yourself and your own unique qualities. At the Charlie Mitchell. Love you, man. It's been a while since we've talked. He just actually got a new kidney. Shout out to you, brother.